bored.
Yes, we are not going to be as boring as the guys from the IT crowd. We actually do have some interesting lines, you know.
Getting bored.
Ooh.
Getting
Gay.
bored.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and I'm looking to welcome to a board game session. Anyway, so yes, we are going to be playing a wonderful game called Roll for Adventure. Essentially, you've got to roll for adventure. Anyway, yes, the entire premise of the game is to roll dice to defeat enemies, sort of like you would do in any other situation in any other game. It's like playing D&D, but as a board game version of it. But not really a board game version of D&D, just fighting, but also not. It's confusing. Believe me, you'll figure it out as you watch. It's very confusing.
It's really confusing, but the really cool thing about the people who made this game, the designers at Cosmos, I think it is.
I don't know if it's they made the game, yes, but
I don't know who came up with the idea, but the really cool thing is if you don't want to read through this, you can download an app and have it read for you or to you, which is really cool. They've got a little app that helps you set up the game and gives you the rules. Sometimes it's confusing, but it's actually quite helpful.
Yeah, we think we've got the basics.
Yeah, we think we have the basics.
Hopefully.
It takes about, apparently, according to the box, it takes about half an hour to play.
Yeah, probably because you lose so quickly.
So, the reason why we say that is...
you'll find out.
You'll see on the thing, but basically we're screwed because if any territories get to the black skull, you lose. If you don't have any dice, you lose. So it's not that easy to win in this game, but we'll give it a shot.
Give it a try.
The reason we chose this one is because it's D&D style and we thought it's something different. And you can play with up to 4 people, which is really cool. Yeah, you
can play 2 to 4 people, which means you can't play with just your significant other like as I can do right now.
Or you can play with a random third person as well, or just play with 4 people. We can't multiply ourselves. But it will be nice for when we have our family board games back again. I think it will be something interesting. So yeah, I think...
Let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Right, this is the board, as you guys can see. Pretty little board. Player dice, ally dice.
So the reason we have ally dice is because there's only 2 of us playing.
Yeah.
And so if there were 3 of us playing, we only get 1 die each. But because there's 2 of us, we get 2 ally dice. The reason Zeph has blue is because...
That's the color I chose.
Yeah. And your color goes with your turn card. And then you get lovely little hero cards, and we will show you guys all of them a bit later. I'm an adventurer, and Zeph is a healer.
You don't get to choose, by the way. You get to draw from a pack.
Yeah, they face them upside down, and then you can basically just go, okay, I choose this one, and then obviously that's the card that you have. Yeah.
Apparently it takes half an hour to do this.
The goal of the game is to try and fill all of those.
With those.
Yeah, the power stones. And you can die very easily. So we were saying all the territories and the skulls and stuff, it's these. So if at any point on any of the 4 territories the skull reaches there, you die and the Master of Shadows appears, or the Master of Shadows basically wins because we're trying to defeat the Master of Shadows.
Yes. That's the entire premise. So, the strongest character goes first. That's how it works. So the adventurer is stronger than the healer, obviously.
Okay.
So, what she's going to do is roll all of her dice at once.
Because that's what you gotta do.
Yep. Then she picks a number and she places that number down.
I think we're gonna start with the forest, maybe?
Go for it.
So, the forest section, you have to roll 5s or 6s and then place them down. So I'm gonna start the path, and I'm gonna put my 6s. I think you can use your ally dice. I don't know.
Yes, 6 and 5s, by the way. You can use 6s and 5s.
Okay. So now that I've done that, I have to re-roll these. Because you basically have to use all of your dice to try and complete a task.
Yep.
And look at that.
You can complete a task.
So
you can open a barrier.
I put those there.
And move the barrier up. Clink.
And then I think that's... Oh no, wait.
Roll one more.
A 3.
You only put it down where there's 3s. So it's either there or there.
I think I'm going to put it here.
Alright, so Kez's turn is basically done. I can't remember if we take it there and then all these dice go back to you or what. I don't know how it works.
I think so.
So then...
We get a power stone, yay!
Yeah, and you get all your dice back. But your turn's over now. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
that stays there until the other 3s come so that this barrier can be broken.
Okay, so I'm going to take the 1s because I feel like taking the 1s. And we got Punka, Punka, Punka. Hey! And Rup!
Can you do that?
Yes, because all 3 have moved over. But I'm going to leave it like that for now because I've got to wait till my turn is over, so I'll just do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Isn't it the next turn that you can move them?
I think so.
I don't know.
They said as soon as you complete the task, you can take the thing.
Oh.
Right. Let's see. What do we take? I
Put
think...
your 2 there, maybe. Oh, this is a game where you can speak and like co-op because your goal is to defeat the Master of Shadows.
Essentially.
Oh, and the reason why, so even though if this one breaks, we can't get a power stone until we break all 3 barriers.
Yeah.
So that even though there'll be like 4 3 dice is there, we can't get a power stone until all 3 barriers are finished.
You guys really aren't making life easy for me, you know that.
So then just do that.
Can't. It's already been placed. Technically, these are supposed to stay there, actually, I think. Until we're done.
No, I think on your roll now you can move them.
No. And cost 1 because I can't do anything. Now, this moves across. That goes over there. And we get another power stone.
Yeah, my turn.
And then these 2 come back to me. No. Now.
Oh, now
Enemy
it's the
flips.
enemy.
Bats.
Oh, he goes here.
And as the vampire bat lands, he deals damage to the highest number. No? Can't remember, was it... Oh god, 1 from each one. Oh, it's all my fucking dice. Your dice is in there, my dice is in there, boom.
Oh, so this is the Vortex, and you basically have to roll there to get it out.
Yeah.
We're not great at explaining, but hopefully...
Hopefully you'll understand what's going on. So essentially what has happened now is 2, 3, and 4 means that each one of those dice, each one of those dice on this here has to be removed as it lands in here. Thankfully it doesn't happen every single time, otherwise we'd be screwed at the end of each turn. Now, what we have to do is it's run its attack phase. It's essentially landed here, attacked, and dealt damage to the place, taking out all of our stuff. So now what we have to do is we have to fight him as well. There, and this includes getting all of our dice back and all that stuff, which is going to be impossible since I've only got 2 dice left, which means we're going to die really fucking fast.
Maybe not.
I think we are, but that's just me. Alright, so Kez, it's your turn.
I roll all my dice.
Yes, try getting me some dice back because I've lost all of them, literally.
You need to roll a 10, isn't it, for them to go here?
Yes, but you can only put 1 die on there. I have to do the other one.
So, we'll put that one there.
Okay, Kez is putting a dice down, or a die down. That means that when I roll, if I get something high enough to get my dice back, I will put it there. And then
so if it gets a 4, I think.
Yes, if I get a 4, so basically this goes higher than 10. You can take all of the dice from the Vortex back.
And I do damage to him, do I not?
You can if you want to. Oh, you have to reroll. You have to reroll.
Oh, yes. And my lovely adventurer gives me a special skill that once per turn I might reroll all of my dice. So if I don't like the roll that I get now, I can reroll them.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy with that.
Well, you can put a 6 down on him and kill him if you want to. Boom. Okay, so now you can reroll.
Why?
You have to keep rolling until your dice is on.
Even in a fight.
It's all over. This is your turn, essentially. This includes doing all of the stuff that you want to do.
Ah, okay. Then I'm gonna put a 2 down here.
Reroll. She's gonna get used to the whole reroll thing, trust me. You can't do that, you have to reroll the die.
Yes, you can.
No, you have to reroll. Every turn, you can only pick one number to put down at the end of the time. Now you can put 2 down.
Oh well.
Okay, so...
I think we're doing it wrong, but hey.
You know what the hell? Who cares? Okay, my turn.
Yeah, 1 dice.
Alright, no, we're going to keep that there.
No!
We'll keep it there for now, don't worry. We'll come back to you at the end of the turn. And you know that you can't get another power potion, right? Don't think you can get another power potion.
Did you? Oh, you did take your 1.
Yeah, I think we have to get that one and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, and 1. 6.
I think we're playing it wrong, but
No, you're not.
you never know.
Right, so turn is over once again. These dice come back to us.
Can I have my dice back?
That dice goes back to you.
He dies.
That dies.
And these ones?
Oh yes, these come back to us because we took the Vortex. Well, took the Vortex. And new enemy! Another vampire bat, fuck's sake. Hey, yeah, anyone can go in. Boom!
Yeah. My turn?
Yes. How it works with the green ones, by the way, just so everyone knows, is that whoever takes, for example, if Kez does the other 2 here, she takes that green one back. If she does this one here, she takes that one stays in there forever. You can never get it back again. But that's why I don't think you should run this one again. You have no choice now, you have to. But if she runs this one and puts one of her red in there, she can take the green back and so on and so forth. So that's how it would work. And that's why people only ever run the desert one once, or to try and defeat an enemy, or keep an enemy from being in there.
Oh well, we learn as we go along.
Yes, nice one. Because remember, if an enemy lands here and there are no dice, the first thing that happens is the very first thing that will actually happen. Keep your dice there. Is that this will take damage. So it'll keep taking damage from an enemy, and if we don't kill the enemy, then it will keep taking that damage until the enemy dies. However,
doesn't this move up?
No.
But he gave us damage.
No, he gave us damage. We lost the die. If there are no dice, then it moves up. That's why you got to be careful with this one. But that's fine, because if that one keeps doing that, I'll heal it.
Yeah.
You got 2 6s and a 4.
2 6s and a 4.
Well, then we're all dying. You die, we die. Reroll. 2. You're not even bothering to try to take out that.
Wait, I can reroll that.
You got one place to put that one. You can't re-roll. Okay, it's my turn. Did that.
He doesn't need that much, does he?
I had a 4. There was a 5 on there. Right. Turn over.
This moves, right?
Yes. I return 2 dice to me. The band dies.
And then?
And then one of those goes in there. The others go back to you.
Bye, ally dice.
And that was the most pointless excursion I've ever seen. Because we don't get another one of those now.
Oh well. Enemy?
Oh right, didn't we kill one of these off? No, we didn't.
No, we came close. Enemy?
Yes, enemy.
Ugh.
Alright, so, because we don't have any dice there, he goes dunk. Six. And 2. To re-roll, I think you have to actually sacrifice one of your dice.
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
It says nothing about sacrificing dice. It says I must re-roll all of my dice. It's right here.
Yeah, mine says the same thing, but I had to put one of my dice down.
Well, that's because you're a different character.
Alright, never mind. Let's see it.
No, but aren't we doing this one now?
No, we're gonna go all the way across.
Oh.
We're gonna do it again, and then again.
Oh, that's just like...
Easy, harder, hardest. Okay, take a dice, I'll take a dice. Alright, we're gonna keep it in there for now.
Oh, these are if you...
Actually, I have an idea.
They're bonus dice.
If we can get more dice on here, we can kill him and kill him.
Well, I don't have any more dice left.
I know, I do. Luckily. I think that now takes it and kills him, but you can't heal the land.
I don't know.
If we do it that way. If we do it that way. Let's just see if we can get a 4 on this. So I already say I got a 3. So that has to go over there. And he dies. Because we were clever enough to use that. Now I get to take 1 die. And you get to take 1 die.
What is this thing? For everybody watching?
Hey. Oh, for everyone watching, this here basically is a it's where you get spare dice in case you need it. Now once the dice is used up, you can't take this back, it goes back into here. But the idea is you can take a piece of die, or you can take a die. Then if you roll, that's if you roll 4. So if you have 4 dice on here, you can take it. You can take one of these, right? If you have 5 die on here, you can kill a card. If you have all 6 die on here, you can kill a card. You can take a die, kill a card, and heal a piece of land. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the roll that I wanted. Otherwise, I would have said, okay, heal the land, but I couldn't do that, which is fine because what other choice do we have? But got our dice back. I got my dice back at least, and I got an extra one. Fortunately, Kez is going up shit creek here without a paddle, so I'm gonna have to help get the next stone because this is gonna kill her quickly.
And if I die, we all die. Well, not die, but if I have, if I lose all my dice, then it's game over. Jesus. Oh, but that's only if you need a 5 or a 6. Why'd you move my dice?
You have to move one or the other. If it's both, then you have to use both. Then you have to remove 1 5 and 1 6. But if there's only a 6 there, then you only remove 1 6. But it keeps damage from landing on the thing, which is fine. Okay, so just to give you an idea, 5 plus 6 means that you've got to remove all the 5. You've got to remove 1 5 die, 1 6 die.
There were no.
There were no 5 dice, so we could only move a 6. But he still can't deal damage if we only remove a 6. Still can't deal any damage to the land, which is a good thing.
I get a 3. I can re-roll it again.
If you want to.
I do want to.
Yeah, try going for this again.
Oh, that one.
Okay.
6. Well, I don't have a choice.
Right, my turn. I really do want to try getting the most dice back I can possibly do. Let's see. What choice I have to put this down here? I'll try and open that track at least. Good. So you can get your 1 die back.
Monster is dead.
Monster is dead, and I've managed to get this. Dead monster, take your dice back.
Oh, this.
Yeah, that goes away. No, only one, only one.
No, but we already. Oh no, wait, we didn't do that one.
Just put it over there. Alright, so, yeah, these are barriers, by the way. You have to break all 3 before you can get that one. So, I think we should try for that one, to be honest.
Well, I only have 1 dice left.
Put it over there.
I can re-roll.
You can, or you can put it over there. 3. Done. Alright.
2 fleas. 2 fleas or not 2 fleas.
I don't know if we're doing it right, though. I'm pretty sure we have to flip a monster over every time we kill one. So.
I think we have to flip a monster every turn.
Sand devil. Okay.
Wouldn't make sense if you don't spawn a monster every turn.
Yeah.
But at least the Master of Shadows didn't make it out.
That's just gonna have to give it more of a beating. That wasn't what I wanted. I can reroll that one. There.
To free or not to free? That is the question.
It's either that or it's game over.
5 or 6, 5 or 6, 5 or 6.
Game over! Unfortunately, that means game over, I die, Kiz dies.
And the reason we die is because
we have no die. We have no dice, so we can't do anything. We can't take any dice back because all the dice are on the board.
And the only way you can take it back is if you've killed a monster.
If you complete the track.
Or, yeah, if you've completed those, and we haven't. So.
Yeah, because I believe we're supposed to at least get that one to be able to complete the track. Ah, terrible.
Oh, well.
Terrible, terrible. The Master of Shadows came in and I think he was quite far down there. No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. It would have been the other way around.
I'm trying to find him. There he is.
He's pretty fucking epic though. If he lands on the table here, like
so
that.
If he
spawns, we have to roll this, right? And we have to roll it like so. If it lands on one of these, it deals damage on top of everything else. But when a monster comes in, or if there are any monsters on the map, when he comes in, they automatically deal 1 more damage to the land, and they deal damage to the land. They don't take dice away; they deal damage to the land. So they will do this. So there's one on each track. That's what would happen essentially. It is hectic. Then he eventually buggers off. After you roll this one. You do that. If it lands on the all four of these get 1 extra damage.
So, if it landed on this one, I think only the Sand Devil does damage.
First he comes in, then they all deal damage. Then you roll, then another one deals damage.
Alright.
Yeah. If it lands on that one, we're in luck. And he just goes straight back into the bottom of the pile.
But he can return again and again and again.
So what you do is you just put him back in the draw pile, boink, like so. Well, actually, I think you've got to shuffle the draw pile. Yeah. So you go like that, and you shuffle. Because you can't really kill the Master of Shadows unless you get the Book of Magic. Each one of these also gets progressively more difficult. You got these 5 here, then it goes 7, 10, so on and so forth. So there's quite a whole whack load. These guys here go according to attacks. So if they're a higher level, they command the rest of them. When they come in, if it's higher than a 1, for example him, then he attacks and he attacks at the same time. As far as I remember, that's how it goes.
I think so.
But if he's also a 1, then only he attacks. But if he's a 2 and the rest are all 1s, then all of the 1s attack and he attacks. If they're all 2s, then only the one that comes in attacks. It gets quite difficult, actually. Right, so that's how the bosses work. There's also 3s as well, and then obviously your own.
After this one, you do the Sword of Saints, which is 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then that is
Then
8.
you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the Crown of Kings.
No, 7 and then 8.
And then you do the Jewel of Light.
Yeah, each one of them being as powerful as the next, or more difficult than the next. Adventurers! I'm sure you want to see what kinds of adventures we have. Right. The healer. If I put a dice down on top of him, or put a die down on top of him, he will be able to heal land. So I can take one point of damage away from any land. So I can just go bonk, the skull there. You know what that does? Kes showed you already. There's an Avenger, and if you defeat an enemy, you may move all of the dice used to defeat it to 1 or more territories. That's pretty fucking epic. That's a pretty epic card.
The Thief is once per turn. If you've completed a task or subtask in a territory, you may take back up to 2 of your own dice that you used and roll them again.
That's also pretty cool.
It's very useful. The Sorcerer is after rolling and before placing your dice, you may place 1 of your dice on the Vortex of Oblivion and turn 1 of your other rolled dice into any number.
Alright, then you have the Frost Runner. You may move any 1 die from the Ice Cave to the territory where you are placing 1 or more of your own dice. That is pretty cool as well, and that's that dude over there. Then you have the Protector. Once per turn, you may free 1 die of another player from the Vortex of Oblivion. She would have been helpful. She actually would have been freaking epically helpful.
Then you have the Summoner, which is once per turn you may turn 1 of your bonus dice into any number. The Fighter, which is once per turn you may defeat 1 enemy with a total of 4 instead of 6. However, you must put at least 1 die on this enemy.
And finally, the Warrior. You may place 2 or more dice with different values on 1 territory, 1 enemy, or 1 Vortex Resurrection. If you place more than 2 die, you must still only use 2 values. So for example, 1, 2, and 2 3s. So for example, if I had rolled, okay, example here, roll like that, and I decide, okay, well, I want to put 2 dice down. So let me take these 2 1s and put them down, and these 2 2s and put them down. I can do that. However, I can't go like that. So you can only put 2 of different values like that. That is also a pretty epic card.
And obviously there are B-sides.
Yeah, the B-sides are a fuck ton more difficult. We're going to flip it over and show you. Alright, so these 2 here seem like they could be quite simple, but these 2 here look like they might bite us in the arse at any given point. So, yeah, we're not looking forward to that. That's going to be quite painful. It's going to hurt a lot.
But anyway, we are going to now give our thoughts and opinions on the game, I think.
I think we will, yes. That was the game. We died really quickly. lasted very, very long. As you
Yeah.
can see, we are like pro at this game. But it was actually quite a fun game.
Very short, very confusing, but it was the first playthrough, so obviously
Yeah.
there are some hiccups, but I think once you get used to it, it'll be quite fun, and once you obviously know what to do, and that you don't just say, oh, I'll just use my dice here, and then die.
Yeah, once you figure out that you should strategically place your dice so you don't actually have that happen again, you know, it'll actually turn out to be quite a good game, I think, personally. The B-sides, I'm pretty sure, are going to be quite hectic.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very different.
Yeah, was not what I was expecting.
No, like, I thought it would be, I thought it was going to be like a story game where you get told that you need to do this sort of quest and this sort of thing. You do that essentially to get the little power stones, but I thought there'd be a bit more of a story behind it.
Yeah, I think it's more of a, look, I wouldn't say, if you're looking for a story-driven board game, this is not one of them.
No.
That you'd probably have to go for like Eldritch Horror or things like that, which we will be getting some of those kinds of games as well.
Yeah.
But it's just not obviously yet. We haven't decided on what our next game is going to be. I'm thinking there's probably
Exploding Kittens!
We can't do that.
I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys Exploding Kittens because I have a cone of shame that I want to show you, and it's really cool. Yeah,
it is. It's really awesome, but I think we need more than it's unfortunately it's a.
So that'll be a show.
Game.
That'll be a show-off game, not a play game. But we will give you guys the rules and the rundown of how to play it when
really
you do have it.
Game,
it's a lot of fun.
You'll crack yourselves, but we're not talking about that. No. We're talking about Roll for Your Adventure.
Yes. Roll for Adventure is still a lot of fun. It's really not what I expected, but also not in a bad way. It's kind of like a, okay.
Yeah.
This is how it goes. Interesting.
Yeah, I was also expecting a story from it, but you know the whole thing is, I didn't mind that there was no story. You look at the game itself; it's quite a fun little game to play. You know, especially if you're just looking for a quick setup, something that you can go through quickly, have it done, and it's quick up, quick down. You know, so basically, quick to set up, quick to break down, quick to and in between. It's a quick game. It's like it's as you saw. That wasn't a very long game at all. We died really fast. So the game is actually quite a good game.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of fun. For £20, I think it was worth the money we spent. Yeah, I wouldn't mind spending that again on another game like that. I mean, I think it was a good purchase. Definitely worth the money that we spent, in my opinion.
I'd give it about a 7.
I'd give it a 7 too. 7's a good score. You know, it's a good score for a board game. We have been playing a lot more board games lately, so we're starting to get a bit more knowledgeable about them, and whether it's going to be fun on the fun scale.
This was fun.
So,
it's fun, but there's a but.
Yeah. So, on the like Kez said, 7 is a good score. The overall score, that's a good score. For the expectation of it, you know, I expected it to be more of a story-driven game,
more interactive,
and more interactive. But maybe we played it wrong. But it didn't feel like there was going to be much of a story behind it, which was kind of disappointing in a way. Not like it's terrible, but just like slightly disappointing.
Yeah, because we saw the name and we thought, oh, okay,
it's an adventure game.
Yeah, like you're going on a quest and you're doing this and you've got to roll to defeat the monster, like D&D. We thought it was a proper D&D game.
Yeah, but then of course you'd have the whole, well, it's too close to D&D kind of thing. So
yeah.
In essence, I get where they came from. Right, so yeah, it was a good game. Again, what we expected, a little bit standoffish when it came to the name, but otherwise,
yeah, the name is kind of like
it throws you off.
Yeah,
but it's not saying it's a bad game.
We'll play it
especially
again.
for affordability, guys. If you want to play a game that actually is affordable and you want to do it as a first board game, if you've never played them before, this is the kind of game you should go for. It's simple to play, simple to understand once you get used to it, and you actually have instructions that are given to you on your mobile phone, which is quite awesome. Yeah,
there's an app. It tells you, like, it goes step by step how you set the board up, what cards you use, what cards you don't use, what heroes you use, what you do when an enemy attacks you, instead of having to read through an entire booklet some people. I don't like reading, so having it explained was actually quite fine.
But yeah, so that to be honest, that is I'm happy with the score that we've given it. I think it was a decent game. So there you go. It's a 7 out of 10. Boom. Anyway, yeah. So next time, we're gonna either have a new board game or we'll be playing one of the card games that we have.
Exploding kittens.
Or exploding kittens, but that'll only be part of it because we'll have to add more in so that you guys know what's going on. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, we do appreciate any time that you do. Remember, you can find us right here. You can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on BitChute. You can find us everywhere. We are all over the place. We are literally all over the place. We do have a podcast up now as well, so you guys can have a look at that. This will not be part of that because you have to see the board game. Yeah. Otherwise, it's pointless. But anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Hit the bell, even though it's not going to do anything for you. And guys, as always, remember...
Kick it, keep it.
Give it,